Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce the Audi S6 and the BMW M5. Legends in the midsize luxury sports sedan world, with technology and power to spare. Let's check them out. Now, the power plant for the BMW M5 is a 4.4 liter twin-scroll, twin-turbocharged V8 engine, generating 560 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of gut-wrenching torque. And with the competition package on this particular vehicle, that bumps it up an extra 15 horsepower to 575. Now, with the Audi S6, you have a 4-liter TFSI turbo fuel stratified injected engine that'll generate 420 horsepower and 406 foot-pounds of torque. All right, now with the M5, you have your traditional rear-wheel drive, which BMW is known for, and you still have excellent weight distribution with the engine up front, drive shaft down the center, heavy-duty rear axle. It's just a tremendous performer. Now, obviously, you have Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, which gives you incredible amounts of handling regardless of the terrain or the weather conditions. The M5 sits just a little bit lower than the standard 5, so it makes it a little bit easier to get into. But once you sit inside, you'll notice that you have brand new this year, the touch control interface now. Makes it a little bit easier, more Audi-esque. Audi-esque, is that a word? You also have the brand new redesigned steering wheel. Of course, you have the signature M5 logo as well as the red and blue stitching throughout. And your 10.2-inch screen, which is nice for all your multimedia. And all the controls for your suspension system, steering, throttle response, and, you know, awesome interior. Now for the S6. Well, you have a beautiful interior. Doesn't have quite as many adjustments as the BMW, but it does have this beautiful diamond stitched interior with the sports seat. With the BMW, you have a little bit more leather, a little softer touch, but you're looking at $20,000 difference between the two. Could be money well spent or money well saved. You'll have to decide. Let's see what the exhaust in the M5 sounds like. All right, let's check out the exhaust sound for the Audi. You can feel the power, you just don't quite hear it as much. There is just so much to compare. The M5 is a driver's car, there's no doubt about it. Rear-wheel drive, twin-turbo V8 engine, tons of power, adjustable suspension system, throttle response, steering, you name it, you have the ability to customize this in hundreds of ways. 0 to 60? With the regular M5, about 4.4 seconds. The competition package we have lowers it by a tenth, so. It has been tested to get even quicker than that. Sub 4, as I've heard. All right, enough about the Beamer. Let's check out Audi. Catch-up time. Oh, man. That is quick, that is fast, that is nice. But it's different than the M5. The M5 gives you more of a in-your-face, aggressive feel. Now, what's interesting to note is both the M5 and the S6 previously had V10 engines. And the difference, even though they're both V8s, is that the M5 put the power, all of the power, increased horse and torque to 2 wheels, and yet the the 0 to 60 times are just about the same, thanks to the Quattro helping it out along the way, giving a lot more response. They're both just a little bit under 4,400 pounds. But you add that Quattro all-wheel drive and boom, you are gripping the road, hugging it, and dragging it underneath you as strong as possible. Oh, shit. Excuse me, shucks. Can you bleep that out? Now, the hydraulic steering in the M5 gives you choices. First of all, you have your comfort mode, and it's light and, well, call it airy. Then you can drop it right into the sport mode, and as we're coming around these corners, you can definitely feel the weight. It tightens up quite nicely. But if I'm really going to be driving roads like this, I'd prefer the Sport Plus, because then you feel like you're physically turning the wheels and the tires at the same time, like they're under your fingertips. And it gives it a very crisp, very controlled feeling. I just had a brilliant idea. Let's check out the Audi S6. Now, as far as steering is concerned, with the electric steering, it's different. It's kind of soft and squishy at lower speeds, which it's supposed to be. I mean, that helps it maneuver in and out of, tight spots and what have you. But if you can speed it up a little bit, it tightens up nicely. Speed-sensitive steering has that ability, like now, to still grip the road and give you a good feeling of confidence. There's no doubt about it. But I like it in the dynamic much, much better than I do in the comfort. By all means, tighten this sucker up. It's not M5 tight, but it's tight enough. Tight turning radius. Hot diggity. One of the nice things about the M5 is you do have an available 6-speed manual transmission. But most people probably going to go for the 7-speed dual clutch automatic like we have right now. But this does have a sport shift as well as paddle shifters, so it does put the control at your fingertips, which is kind of nice. And it's smooth. It really is, unless you're, of course, controlling it. Audi time. Now, the Audi S6 has the 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission with your sport shift as well as the paddle shifters. Basically the same setup as the M5, except that when you have it in the dynamic mode, the one thing that I've noticed is, they all have a bit of a throttle blip, but this, when it downshifts, it just stands out a bit more. It's a bit more noticeable. One of the fun aspects of driving a V8 engine is the sound coming through the quad exhaust. And BMW obviously felt that they wanted to magnify that experience by a bit, so they feed it through the stereo system, which it's not so bad if this is going to be your everyday driver and your windows are jacked up. But if you lower them, stick your ear out, it brings a smile to your face. This is jet glider smooth and quiet, even in the dynamic mode. And you can soften this up. You've got an air suspension system, you've got the sport differential. Beamer time, beamer time. You got plenty of braking power, so you don't smash a squirrel. Audi, here we come. I think I like the turn signal tone a little more in the Audi. I'm not sure why, but that's maybe just personal preference. Now, the M5's obviously been enhanced as far as its fuel efficiency by increasing it up to almost 20% over the old V10. As far as the tech is concerned, Audi excels. There's no doubt about it. Beautiful interior in both vehicles, but you've got more tech toys, Wi-Fi hotspot, Google mapping. Audi just rules it. When you're driving every day, one of the things you're going to experience is butt fatigue. And this has incredible sports seats. They are nice, adjusted properly. They just keep you glued behind the wheel, and they're very, very comfortable. When you think about it, both Audi and BMW are steeped deep in fine German tradition. Kind of like bratwurst and sauerkraut. It's a good family car for a man that likes to drive like a crazy man should. The M5 is really for that individual that wants a sports car that they can drive every day. And yet the S6 is the everyday driver for those individuals that still want to be sporty, if that makes any sense. So which one's the better car? Well, the answer is obvious. And there you have it. The beautiful Audi S6 and the BMW M5. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. So, how about a little 20 to 60, shall we? And kids, don't try this at home. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Nice try.